Good morning. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith at the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Friday, April 5th. We'll start out this morning with the water vapor satellite loop across the region. There's a couple features that we can pick out on here that are really going to affect our weather over the next 48 hours or so. There's actually a parent low pressure system well out over the Pacific here that's been responsible for a lot of our unsettled conditions over the past couple days. Might be able to pick that out here with a little bit of spin in the water vapor imagery, a little bit of a counterclockwise rotation out over this general region. And this system is expected to continue to push to the east and eventually north, and it's actually going to head up toward Canada. So the parent system itself won't be pushing through our area, but as it makes this journey, it's going to continue to send a series of disturbances or waves off to the east into the northern Rockies. We can pick out some moisture indicated by the green and white shading over the state of Idaho this morning. That's associated with a weak disturbance that's brushing by our area this morning. And the next system, the stronger disturbance or wave that's going to push in, can actually pick out right in here, heading off to the east-northeast. This is a cold front with some drier air behind it, moisture out ahead of it. And this is going to push across southeast Idaho during the overnight hours into Saturday morning, bringing additional precipitation and some windy conditions across our region. Radar loop isn't working this morning, but I do have a still image for you. We do have some shower activity out there, predominantly rain showers mixing with a few snow showers at the higher elevations where temperatures are a bit cooler. All of this is going to continue to lift off to the north and east over the next several hours. May still see some additional light showers developing over the course of the morning across the region. Eventually, we may see a bit of a lull in that activity toward late morning or lunchtime before we get redevelopment this afternoon. High temperatures continued mild today, getting into the upper 50s to around 60 degrees here, down toward Malad, valleys in the Raft River region, eastern Magic Valley and Snake Plain. A lot of our towns and population centers in our mountain regions getting into the upper 40s to around 50 degrees for highs this afternoon. So let's switch gears here, slide this out of the way. Want to take a look at a projection from one of our models. And keep in mind, this is just one of many different computer models that we look at. Don't pay too close attention to exactly where each shower is trying to hit as we step through this. More so, just look at the big picture, the flavor that this is giving us as we go through the next 36 hours. So starting at 6 a.m. this morning, we have that shower activity, and I'm going to advance 1 hour at a time. That activity will continue to move off to the east and northeast. And by the time we get to around lunchtime, here's your lull. May not be completely dry for everyone, but I think there will be a general lull in the shower activity across the region before we start to see redevelopment of showers and a few thunderstorms this afternoon. You can see some of that moving across the region here during the afternoon and evening hours. I think the best window for thunderstorm activity will be from about 1 p.m. until 9 p.m. this evening. And the Snake Plain, eastern Magic Valley, down across portions of the southern highlands, Caribou Highlands, up toward Driggs and Island Park is the favored corridor for that activity, although we have a chance of showers and storms everywhere today. Now, with that cold front and that wave approaching that I showed you on the satellite imagery, lots of moisture in place. I think there's going to be better forcing for some of this activity today, and maybe a little bit better coverage of that shower and thunderstorm activity than what we've seen over the past couple afternoons. A few of those strongest cores could produce some small hail or some gusty winds today. However, we're still not expecting issues with severe weather across the region. As we head into this evening, you'll notice some shower activity kind of moving in across western portions of the forecast area ahead of the cold front. That cold front will cross the region during the early morning hours, early to mid-morning hours, and you can see that shower activity advancing ahead of it. Here's 7 a.m. A lot of that over the eastern half of the forecast area. And as we head toward noon, just about all of that activity is going to be pushing out of the state into Wyoming. So that frontal passage expected again during the early morning hours across the western forecast area into the mid to late morning hours here from I-15 eastward, and that shower activity moving through. Let's come back over to our slides here and we'll continue on. Now, as we get into Saturday afternoon into Saturday night, might hold on to a light rain or snow shower in our mountain regions here, and you can see that in the central mountains, the Wyoming border, the upper Snake, but drying out at lower elevations, particularly in the Snake Plain. That trend continues as we go into Saturday evening. Again, that cold front will be east of the area, and this is what our weather map is predominantly going to look like Saturday night into the day on Sunday. Very light precipitation if we see it, and again, there'll just be a few showers in some of our mountain areas, lower elevations, and our population centers along the interstate corridors, predominantly dry weather into Sunday. Total liquid, total QPF expected with this system, generally a quarter to half inch across the Central Mountains, the Upper Snake, down along the Wyoming border, the Caribou Highlands, the Southern Highlands, 1 to 2/10 of an inch in the Snake Plain. So not terribly heavy as far as thinking about our flood concerns as this system pushes through. And again, with the continued warm temperatures, pretty high snow levels, as we've been saying for the past couple days, still generally not expecting major travel issues with this system. Here's our look at our storm total snow from today right through tonight into tomorrow before that cold front moves through. May see a light slushy coating at locations above about 6,000 feet, but the best accumulations will be from about 7,500 feet and higher. Could see an inch or two of slush over Banner Summit or Galena Summit, maybe an inch for Pine Creek Pass, West Yellowstone, an inch or two down here in Emigration. Outside of those passes, though, temperatures are just really not going to support much in the way of snow accumulation or travel impacts. High temperature Saturday, we're still expecting to lose about 5 or 6 degrees behind that cold front compared to those highs that we're going to see today. You can see those values here across the region. We're also expecting an uptick in westerly winds as soon as that cold front pushes through Saturday. So from late morning throughout the rest of the day, Saturday afternoon, even continuing into Sunday and possibly Monday. It's going to be quite breezy across the region, predominantly out of the west-southwest. You can see wind gusts here 25 to 35 miles per hour over some pretty large real estate. Sunday, high temperatures inching up a few degrees, again predominantly dry at lower elevations, and very similar wind gusts expected. Continued breezy conditions out of the west-southwest across the region. Increasing chances for some showers Monday as we kick off another active, unsettled week across the region. Temperatures also inching up, getting into the low 60s to mid 60s here in the lower Snake Plain and eastern Magic Valley. And again, another active week ahead with precipitation expected Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday across southeast Idaho. Still watching the region for rises on our creeks, streams, and rivers. Here's Silver Creek near Peekaboo that's continuing to run right near Bankful for the last several days, and that remains the case this morning. And that we still have that flood advisory out for that area along Silver Creek from near the Littlewood River up through the Peekaboo area. No other watches, warnings, or advisories in effect across the region right now as we continue to watch those waterways. And I think in general our rivers are going to be able to handle the precipitation and snow melt fairly well over the next few days. Greatest rises expected at the low to mid elevations. Portneuf River in particular is the one that we're still watching to potentially get near bankful conditions by Sunday or Monday from the Lava Hot Springs area into Inkom and then up through Pocatello, and we'll continue to monitor all of that for you as we go into the new week. That's it for your hazard briefing this morning. If you have any questions for us, please reach out and have a great day.